So in today's video, I wanted to have a discussion about paid ads and how I've been using them in my business, what I've seen works, and just some good best practices for small business owners who are trying to do paid ads by yourself, do it yourself paid ads. How do you do it? What are the things that you need to kind of keep in mind? What are the best platforms, so on and so forth. So I wanted to start this video off by sharing a business meeting that I had with an entrepreneur, quite a prolific entrepreneur in the UK. And we were just speaking about paid ads, and he wanted some help with his paid ads. And one of the things that stood out to me in our conversation was the fact that he said that he'd run paid ads before in the past, and he gave up on them. And one of the reasons why he gave up on them was because he kind of tested so many different things, and he finally found something that worked, and it was giving him the results that he wanted. And then all of a sudden it stopped, and he didn't know the reason why it stopped, and he just couldn't get it back. And that was me. The very first time I ever ran paid ads, I remember doing a similar thing, like testing a bunch of things and then getting an advert that was just converting like crazy. Like when I say converting like crazy, I mean like there was loads of sales coming through, like almost every minute there was a new sale coming through the paid ad that I'd created. And then what I did was a huge mistake, which I want all of you to learn from, and I learned from it as well. What I went and did was I went into the campaign and I made a change, and what I thought was a very tiny change, all of my sales stopped completely, and I was never able to get my sales back to where they were. And one of the things that I do now, so when I'm running my paid ad campaigns, what I do is I might go back historically through some of my older ad campaigns that worked well. So this can work for you if you're running or planning to run paid ads on Google, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram ads. If you're planning to run ads on Pinterest ads, on LinkedIn ads, I'm going to be kind of putting videos out on specifics on those platforms and kind of things that you need to be aware of when considering or thinking about running ads on those platforms. But this goes for all of the ad platforms, is whenever I have a campaign that is doing at least okay, it doesn't have to be doing extremely well. Like let's say, for example, you create a campaign and you want to make £100 a day. And then you create a campaign and you're not making £100 a day, but you're making, say, £25 a day. So you're not quite there, but the campaign is making money. You might want to make some changes to that campaign to see if you can improve it and do better. What you should do is duplicate that campaign, make the changes in the duplicate. So there should be an option. You should see an option in your campaign to be able to duplicate it, or to create some sort of split test within your campaign. It's different depending on what platform you're running ads on, but this reigns true regardless of what ad platform you are using for your small business. Like you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I'm selling jewelry, and actually I think people are going to find me best on Google, so let me do some Google ads or some Google product listing ads or whatever it might be. And you create some Google ads, you see your campaign is doing well, don't make edits to the campaign. Duplicate the campaign and pause the campaign that's doing well, duplicate it, and then make changes in the duplicate. And if things are not going well or not as well, maybe you make some changes and you start making a loss. So you're making £25 profit a day, and then you make the change and now you're making minus £25 a day or whatever it might be. You can be like, all right, cool, it doesn't work, let me delete that campaign or pause it or whatever, and then I can turn back on the one that was doing well. So that's a major thing, because sometimes it's a really small thing that's making your campaign work well. It could just be, something simple. It could be an age bracket that you've specified in one campaign and you forgot that you specified a different age in one campaign to the next. And then you go and you change that and it completely changes the campaign's performance, kind of thing. So that is a huge thing that I want you guys to really start thinking about with your ad campaigns. There's obviously loads of things you want to think about, but I want to kind of give it in bite-sized chunks. So in this video, I wanted to kind of enforce the importance of not making edits to a campaign that's doing really well. And to address the issue of what if a campaign is doing well, like what if I'm promoting my business using one of these platforms and it's generating sales for me, and then I haven't touched it and all of a sudden it stops performing as well. Well, it's usually a case of either ad fatigue, and ad fatigue is when the same advert is being shown to the same people for too long. People kind of become blind. They call it in marketing, we call it ad blindness. And it's the same with television advertisements. You know, you don't go onto TV and see the same advert that was playing 5 years ago. Like companies, they have different celebrities for a period of time that will come and promote their business, their product, their service, or whatever. And they replenish their advert. So an advert on the television might last for a month, 2 months, you know, maximum. And then they'll change it up and do a slightly different ad so that people can see something different. But especially if you're targeting a particular keyword on Google, if you're targeting a particular location, then there might become a time where everybody is who wants to see your ad, or everyone who could potentially see your ad has seen your ad already, and they're not going to take any action on that particular ad, or they've already taken the action on your ad. And so you might need to change it up a little bit. But even then, I wouldn't make the changes to the ad that was historically performing well. I would create a new campaign, because you never know. You know, there's aspects of that old campaign that was doing well that might do well in the new campaign, and you can take inspiration from it, even if it might be months later. Like I'd often do that as well. If I'm creating a new campaign for the same or similar product, I'll go back over historically my last campaigns, I'll look at them. And this is why it's important as well to, you know, don't make changes to a good campaign, because if a good campaign goes bad and you've made changes to it, then you almost can't really even go back and see what it was that was doing well, because you've changed it. So, you know, your data now is skewed. So it's just a bad idea to go down that route. So ad fatigue is one reason why your ad might stop performing well. But the other reason could also be if a new competition comes into play. Could be algorithm changes. It could be things that are kind of beyond your control. So it might be that you need a completely new strategy, completely new ad, but you won't know that again. But when you notice that your ad is not performing as well, you kind of have to go back to scratch, come up with some ideas for a new advert for your product or your service, put it out there, start testing some things, all of the things I speak about on this YouTube channel and in the formula. Guys, if you haven't downloaded the formula yet, I highly recommend it. And I don't just say that because it's what I promote. It's absolutely free. You can download it. You can leave the email list if you want to. I recommend that you don't, because obviously you'll miss all of the webinar updates and new courses and new videos and all that kind of stuff that's going on that could help you to market your business even better. Like, I believe marketing is a superpower. If you have a product or a service or a business idea and you're like, how do I just turn this website into sales or customers? Or how do I turn this idea into leads coming into the business? How do I use things like, digital ads, email marketing, all of these kinds of things to turn your business idea into actually a profitable side hustle or full-time hustle or whatever it might be. So if you haven't already, download the formula. I hope this video brought you value. If it did, please click the like button down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section or reach out to me directly, because I essentially use your feedback to know what videos I need to create. So definitely leave me some feedback. And until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.